Hi, Cancer. I hope and pray all is well with you. Welcome to your February 2026 tarot message. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I immediately got this message that a lot of you guys are going to be immediately warned at the beginning of the month of an Emperor in the reverse. Somebody who's karmic, maybe even a false twin flame, or somebody who doesn't serve you. It could even be a father figure, parental figure, or somebody who's misguiding you, mistreating you, even a boss, a representative of some kind here, because you got garlic for protection too. And you had tensions are high at the beginning of the month. Proceed with caution, conflict, and trouble warning. Okay. Something to help you to remedy this month is garlic. It said that it's going to be a great remedy for you guys this month. It says that it's widely used in magical practices for protection against evil spirits, negative energies, and harmful influences. It can be hung in doorways, worn as a charm, or included in protective spells. The herb is associated with healing and is used in rituals and spells to promote physical and emotional recovery. Garlic can be used to ward off illnesses and enhance overall health. Yes, to cleanse spaces, objects, or individuals of negativity. It can be burned, hung, or carried to achieve this purpose. Garlic is believed to confer strength and courage. It is used in spells and rituals to enhance personal power, bravery, and resilience. It does have a lot more details about garlic on the back and stuff like that, but I just had to get that warning message out there for Cancer because Source was like, there's going to be some sort of aggression, disagreement, somebody not seeing eye to eye, or somebody who's going to be definitely upsetting you or causing a conflict or a stir related or around food, a dinner, an outing, an evening, a gathering, something here with a business plan, negotiating meeting, interview, something like that. Okay, there's going to be some sort of thing where it's like you'd rather like find a workaround instead of using this person. They are not going to be your go-to this month, okay, Cancer. And it says that there's going to be something else that you choose. It's going to be your strength, and a lot of it's going to be you, your own resilience, your own courage, your own strength, your own activity, you moving forward, okay? Because you do have Sky God here. It says the time is now to put things into action, which is masculine energy being assertive, which has a lot to do with the Page of Strength, which translates to the Page of Wands, that assertiveness and boundaries energy. Okay, you're going to be separating, doing things on your own, having a lot of awakenings, as we do see the similarities in the hats, the crown chakra being emphasized, being closer to the most high here, and having prominence with the moon, or just with what matters most, what in retrospect is going to help to relax you, to connect you with the higher mind. Okay, I am picking up here that a lot of third eye awakenings and downloads, messages, and things like that are going to be very important between the 1st and the 5th. Okay, by the 6th, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys have some telltale signs in the 3D that you have connected with spirit, as we do have teeth here, defense, health, maturing, loss, renewal, status, identity, and biting back. I saw a lot of you guys maybe wanting to do things to prevent like grinding of teeth while you're resting, sleeping. Also paying attention to like what you use. Maybe you're focusing less on fluoride or something like that, or you've been focusing on like changing something up, changing your diet up, your health, and like what you um overgive to. Like I do see you're trying to like mediate some stressful things that you used to do in your past, and some of you guys are trying to rectify this, resolve this now, or you're going to be receiving improvement when it comes to um the Jimson in your teeth, like how it's growing or something like that. There could be some improvement, some grow back, which does happen if you start to like eat a lot of nuts and things like that. A lot of people say that they have a tendency to kind of grow back their teeth. You have the 7 of charisma in the reverse. This is about something where you may have felt like your hard work wasn't paying off, or you felt like it was a grievance. Whether it's a work grievance or not, I feel like there was a situation that you felt like you couldn't trust, whether it was stagnancy of others around you in work relations and partnerships, things not coming together, something that just didn't plant or go as well as you thought that it would, or didn't grow like the way you thought it would. I'm also getting here, be mindful that something might have been mislabeled. Like if you were growing a certain plant and you started doing things to nurture it, you might have learned unexpectedly that it's a little bit different than what you may have perceived it to be. Take, for example, something like that, where it's like there's an alternative or substitute remedies or better remedies that are more. Um, tailored to something, suiting to something. And it's not to say that Cancer couldn't provide this. It's just that you were misguided or told something incorrectly, is what I'm getting. And it doesn't just have to be the plant example. This could even be in a love or romantic situation. I am getting, if you are being scheduled on a date with somebody, be mindful of either somebody not giving you the right location or somebody who's trying to like play around or manipulate around to see who you are, to see if you actually wore what you were going to wear. It feels like there's a man who wants a woman to kind of walk back and forth a little bit before they kind of approach them. And you may even immediately make eye contact with this person, but they want to evade on purpose. So there's something here with a cat and mouse game that you really don't want to fucking play. With the Eight of Coins in the reverse, Eight of Charisma, excuse me, in the reverse, it's something here where you're like, okay, I'm not going to give into childish, immature behavior. But you do have Black Cat here, which is securing you. It says that you are strong enough to thrive solo. Independence, hidden potential. That's so funny. I didn't even recognize that this card had that independence in it. Okay. But there does give this vibe of like, the Nine of Pentacles, if you will. Some of you guys, it may even come out in the reverse, but with the Eight of Intelligence, it feels like you would rather let go and surrender to what's going to be healthier, what's going to be more fast paced. Some of you guys are minimal, okay? Or you like to get up and go. You may not like streams during this time, or you may have recognized that you had too many, and so you rather break, cut cords, cut ties with things that don't serve you. I'm also seeing a lot of you guys finding it easier to get off the phone with people that you may have struggled with, especially if you felt like you were missing the mark with somebody or they weren't getting it together around the 12th or 13th here. It feels like somebody's going to get tired of this situation and relieve you from it. There does seem to be some sort of transmutation of into positivity that you invoke or do, Cancer. I am encouraged to tell you to do more of this because I feel like this is going to encourage that energy of peacefulness, relieving yourself of hostility. You could even be doing some prayer practices, meditation, some sound bowl healings, focusing on maybe soap baths as well. Epsom salt is going to be really significant too, other than this garlic energy that came through. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys, before you rest, if you do need to practice some somatic therapy coping skills. This one is the sacred geometry visualization. It came out for Cancer as something that may help you during this month, but it says to visualize tracing and filling in shapes with your eyes closed, okay? And as you do this, some of the prompts are what shape feels most calming? Okay. And imagine drawing a symbol you like. Doing something with the sacred geometry visualizations, not only throughout this month, but something to carry with you as a tool, a repertoire, is going to help you when it comes to energy of hostility, nightmares. It may even be something that you share with your children, your loved ones. I know that I have, and I know that it's helped me too in my life personally, especially a fire sign here. It's here twice. A Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here. Or maybe somebody with some Scorpio placements in their chart could benefit from this too. But with nightmare, it says, don't let fear rob you of your power. Some of you guys are going to be feeling extremely drained between the 16th through the 18th. You're going to have an alarming amount of draining situations. And I feel like some of you guys, this could even be simply like the unexpectation of staying up later than what you intended, okay? Or, I am seeing that a time change on a phone could also affect you too. If you're traveling, something here with that could relate to a situation or circumstance. Be mindful of an honorary person. They may not necessarily carry Pisces placements, but they could, as well as Libra, Cancer, and I'm picking up on Taurus, okay? Somebody's name could start with a P, an L, an M, a U, okay? Oma is really significant. But I was getting this vibration here of somebody who's going to have it like out for you, cause headaches and tensions at a time when you don't need it. Okay. And I do feel here that you need to be mindful of people who get frustrated when it comes to malfunctions, nail errors is even coming through, mechanical errors when it comes to typing in situations, delay of situations when it comes to exposure of the truth, what's supposed to happen, having things rectified here. I feel like you dealt with an unrequited love situation or circumstance that involved a gift or somebody who may have wanted to manipulate or play around some sort of gift exchange. Okay. Be mindful of this. If you're trying to pick up what somebody would want, truly desire, instead, I'm seeing that somebody would rather have like, um, something with their nails or their hair or a massage, something here with some chocolates and some gifts like that. But I feel like somebody's feeling like they're just not going to get it or meet somebody's expectations. A liar, cheater, stealer, manipulator, or somebody here who is a bit narcissistic, somebody who knows that, like, let's say somebody knows that they have a certain budget. This motherfucker tries to come in and ball on a budget type of stuff too. So be mindful of that. It feels like maybe somebody needs to be mindful of the type of people that they are attracting to. If you're wanting somebody that's way more eloquent and things like that, get out there and look for it. I'm not going to say that you're not attractive enough to do it, because of course you are. But I am getting this vibration here that where you have been going is aligning with that energy of like not meeting or exceeding your expectations right now, Cancer. And you're wanting to do something about it because there's a lot of inflexibility here too with these love options as well as financial options too for you too. Like, even if this is jobs and circumstances here, or just in your personal life when it comes to just connecting with people, friendships, and building things like that, it could be harder, or you could feel like it's not going the way that you want. Although people may give you a lot of special favors, been too easily humble requests, prayers, respect, and protest. I do get this vibration here that it might be easier for you to get what you want, although it might be harder for you to feel like it's harder to find, like, it's harder for you to find people where you are. Or people that you feel like are different and unique to you. There's going to be some work that you want to put in this year around that, but I am picking up between the 20th to 23rd. You're going to really have an emphasis there, or there could even be an option that you consider, or there's just somebody that you have a nice conversation with in spite of the situation. It feels like either you're too hard on yourself, or you feel like you have to be on the move, on the go, or this person does, where you're not able to exchange contact, but you do have this nice conversation. You have the Chariot in the reverse. It just feels like something's just not going to go exactly the way that you intended it to, but that doesn't mean that there aren't, an alternate path or something that will come in eventually. But I do feel here that what's hidden is maybe Cancer is just not feeling their best, and their moon or their rising aspect, wherever you have that placement with Pisces or Scorpio here, is not treating you the best either, because you recognize that somebody had ulterior motives. There's something here with provisional issues, circumstances, or things like that where you have to get things going. You may be at home more, or you may feel more inclined to staying at home, taking care of yourself. I am seeing some of you guys who may have colds, or you have circumstances with fevers. You're putting a lot of garlic and onions in your socks. A lot of onions in your socks is said to immediately take away hay fevers, cold symptoms, and shit like that, to immediately help you to come back to health, especially if you're a business person always on the grind. There's going to be something that you find yourself doing with some wool socks to help you to stay motivated on your grind. And also, having those tools and remedies on you in general helps with abundance and attracting it too. So I'm seeing that even if you're somebody's like, why the fuck did I get so paid, but I don't have no snot in my nose anymore? I'm seeing that's why, okay? Like, you get a little bit more extra abundance this month because not only of how you've asserted yourself, you've done something healing for yourself too. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. Those materials are very wonderful when it comes to manifesting abundance, might I add, as well as anything around the feet, okay? Especially certain areas or parts of the feet too. If you look at parts and placements of the feet, they relate to certain parts of the body, okay? And depending on the places and the areas that attract abundance for you and what you do there, you could be getting something that comes in your way. I know I have done a lot of things like that. I've spoken about it, fairly enough. If you're new to my channel or not familiar, or you don't really tune in and out, like how you're supposed to, I would, check some of the things out that I've said. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do when it comes to manifesting not just abundance, love, anything that you want really. And you can use your foot, you can use your hands too. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. This is a great quantum code that will help a whole lot of you. It says for everything to happen for the best and to trust that it is happening for no other reason than this. Okay. This is about remedies, tricks, tips, things like that. I see a lot of good favors that come into you for using this quantum code. And remember that the spaces in between the code is very important. Okay. As you're writing it down, but it is 03 space 05 space 791. I do have a video with a wonderful description. It's a shorts video that speaks about how to use the quantum code, as there's a multitude of ways that you can use it. You can even use it in other creative ways that I didn't bring up, but I brought up so many there that I find that it's easier and less time consuming to bring it up here. But I want to see what this is going to be about for you guys this month, because it's super significant, as it is an oracle that's going to guide you and show us the aspects that are happening related to how the tarot is going to respond to it this month. Yeah, you do have something that shows that you have been a bit in the recovery mode. You haven't been feeling your best, but it also feels like you have others who are going to defend you because you've been in an awe-stricken position. This also feels like some of you guys have had the weight on your shoulder. And only if you deserve to be defended will you have this come across you. Be mindful, there could be somebody who stands up against you and emphasizes your faults around the 21st. Specifically, I'm getting the 24th for a lot of you guys, where that big narrative will hit with somebody. For the rest of you guys, you will be in this energy where people are defending you up until the 26th, if that does resonate for you in your story. All right. But for those of you guys who may have like somebody who comes up against you, gives you a grievance, expresses some, trials that they may have for you, it's the 24th. Okay. And I feel here that this is one of those things. Oh, it has something to do with work. It could be a boss or a coworker. Be mindful of who you connect with and who you associate with, because I feel like this person, are they egotistical, Allah? Yes, they are a bit. They may not recognize where they're coming up short a lot in their life, whoever this person is that I'm connected with, like that you may be talking to as a coworker. If it's a coworker, take for example, or whoever this person is, they might try to cause you a grievance if it's not your parent. It's going to be different if it's a parent for you. But if this is a coworker here, this person doesn't understand that something isn't meant to be taken serious. If you're a masculine, you're connected with a female at work and things like that, they're going to become, you're going to feel like they're trying to be more important than what they really are, or they're trying to put more emphasis on this relationship than what it really is, to try to get you in trouble with somebody. Be mindful, somebody may go ahead and report something as suspicious in their phone or something like that, or like, be mindful of that type of situation here, especially if it relates to nails, toes. Somebody wanted to get a payment for their feet, something like that, and they have pink and blue or pink and purple on their toes, something like that they wanted. I don't know. This feels like somebody who was trying to do some external to work type of jobs, if I'm being honest. Now, if this is a parent here, I feel like there's something that's not coming together. Maybe they want to know a schedule when it relates to an animal or something like that, if you guys had an event or a gathering. But I feel like this person, this woman specifically, I feel like I'm picking up on a person's mother here. They're going to be really upset about like how you've been handling things, especially if you've been a mess or you haven't been tending to cleaning up or making sure that things are organized and things like that. I feel here that somebody wants to make sure that you get things in order, that you have things grounded, or that you're taking care of the payments, the deposits, something that you promised that you would do. That's really important. Your next card was Roaring Moon, and it came out in the reverse, Cancer. And I like to leave them out here like this, how they come out, so that you can see it. But it does say, show your power to your oppressors. Attention, fearless, fiery, and trauma. There's going to be something here where you're going to separate a little bit from imposter syndrome about a lot of stuff. And there's going to be somebody here who you are able to agree to disagree here for some of you guys. I don't see this as you backing down. I see this as you wanting to more so make amends with people so that you don't have to deal with mistaking something for something that it's not. Be careful if you're dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. They're coming through as the reverse. Okay, it's like you recognize where you're not the problem with the Nine of Intelligence in the reverse, that there is something better on the horizon in spite of your excitement, your stress, um, Maybe how somebody wanted you to overreact in a situation, you're able to quickly regather yourself. They're not going to take you out of your element and who you are. They're not going to stop your flow, your grind, your shine, shit that you have going on for yourself. You're a positive omen in this world, and you're a trusted person to the higher realms, okay? And I feel like somebody wanted to put you out or disposition you or make you look like you were the karmic in a situation, like you weren't abundant in a situation, like things weren't growing for you in a situation or circumstance, Cancer. And it's because you are the person that's growing. You are not the person who has the tree in the fucking reverse. You don't have parents, ancestors, and guiders who are on the outs with you and totally hating and despising everything that you have going on for you. You don't have people who are secretly financially envious of a situation because you owe them shit still. This person does, though, whoever this person is that I'm picking up on. And Aries is a really important zodiac sign that comes through here. And it's not a child, this is a grown ass man. And again, that Emperor in the reverse is coming through. This is like somebody here who, like, you've given chance after chance, or if it's not chance after chance, I feel here that it's like life has just been beating this person up, but then they did something catastrophic that caused tons of chaos to not only themselves, but they weren't thinking about anybody else when they made a choice. And so it's made a lot of things inhabitable in their life. And now they want to blame game Cancer. Okay, and this is why this person has come around in your life. I'm also getting that this person may have Pisces placements in their chart, and it's really important for you not to ignore the red flags, because this person's been nothing but a burden and they need to get out of your life. And they could have a Libra around them that's very significant, but that's not going to be for everybody. You have kidneys here that comes out as your last card, as you being mindful, because you're purging. It's about filters, toxins, sorting out things that no longer serve you, but sorting nonetheless, sustaining sacrifice, insight, and moral judgments here. Where has your compass been, Cancer? Because I feel that there's something about you wanting to get back mediated. You want to make sure that you get out of the chaos or out of trouble in all ways and all forms. And I also feel here that you want to prevent a lot of combative energy from coming towards you, especially when it comes to somebody who is not as sensible in marketing or work or something like that, like yourself. With the Page of Intelligence in reverse and the Queen of Charisma, which would be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, who is in the positive, whereas the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius is in the reverse here. Okay, so take that as it resonates as far as the zodiac signs. Although it doesn't necessarily mean those signs here, but I'm picking up somebody's moon placement here relates to like um, their lack of intelligence or something like that, or like what somebody says. It could even be that somebody's being affected by the placements during this time, and they may have a lot of brain fog, so they're not able to sustain or do something. Somebody also may not be able to show up, be present, or do something. You may be feeling in a position, a spot at work for somebody. If that's not something that you want to do, you need to speak up, because I feel like somebody, you may find out that somebody is either falsely spoken on your behalf, that you would show up to something that you're not meant to show up for because you're showing up somewhere else. Or I'm getting this vibration here that in spite of how other people didn't put any effort, the insight, they didn't help you with anything, or they deliberately wanted to take your ideas, make it seem like yours didn't have as much value, or like yours was the floozy, the fraud, or something like that. They can't mistake your work. You have this energy signature on you, Cancer, that it just, people know your work, people know your food. It's like when people know your food versus somebody else's food, take it for example, okay? And I feel here with your energy, it's like you know truth versus somebody who is disloyal, dishonest, untrustworthy, somebody who may be here for certain circumstances and reasons but not for the long term. Like, I feel here that you're going to be able to completely decipher through to somebody's true intentions and motives this month, and you're not going to be the person that people are blaming or putting as the bad guy, or trying to say is always victimizing themselves. Okay, Cancer. It feels like it's same with earth sign here too. It feels like there's going to be some air sign that is up in the fire this month here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius again. And I feel here that it's because something is really unrequited in their life, or they've made huge mistakes in how they've come towards you, trials and errors, and I feel like they haven't changed, they haven't improved, and the situation, it feels way more childish than what you're willing to put up with. And I also feel, yet again, they've caused you more problems than they've benefited you, and they've wreaked havoc into your life. Meanwhile, you have everything else flowing very well. It's like you just want to get out of the tumultuous burdens of somebody else's problems. And Cancer, you're going to be able to do that just fine. I know that for sure because, like I said, you had that Queen of Charisma as your last card, but then your overall energy is Page of Charisma, which is Page of Pentacles. This is somebody who is very diligent, responsible, responsive, but also very youthful. New money opportunities, new career advances. This is about you having good luck when it comes to interview, even small lucky fortunes that may come in that you weren't expecting, like small lottery visits that turn into victories. Okay, like if you're stopping at gas stations or somewhere else, like I'm getting that vibration here that you're getting small victories and things that you're able to treasure very well. Even small gifts or tokens, small diamonds. And don't get me wrong with the small term, okay? I feel like there's a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this to lead to a whole lot of something for a lot of you guys, okay? Some of you guys, I'm seeing you may be doing like a picking. Somebody may have had a plan to do something in a park or a picnic outing, but it's too cold. I'm picking up here. So somebody has some sort of alternative plan where they do something with the projectors and things like that to it's giving Gossip Girl vibes, but it's way more jungly and it's way more endearing, wholesome, warm, and loving. If you've ever seen that episode where they have the projectors and shit like that up, and then everybody started doing it afterwards, and they had the what was it like bubbles or something? They had something else in there. But Cancer, I feel like there's going to be something really enjoyable that you're able to appreciate. And there's also going to be some good receptivity, some warm energy. Ambers are going to be really good for you this month. I'm also getting here that some mm, tree agates is really nice. And Larimer. And for the throat chakra, sodalite. But I was more so getting, child, I just dropped this one. What is this fucking called? Lord, if I could think of it. Here, give me just one moment while I think of it. Blue kyanite, child. I don't know why it was so hard for me to get kyanite out there, but blue or teal kyanite. Teal kyanite is very great to heal and remedy between the heart chakra as well as the throat chakra because a lot of people have a tendency to have complications with both. It helps to elevate the heart chakra and activate it in the higher chakras in the high vibrational realms while also supporting the throat chakra and alleviating a lot of stress, tensions, and worries that come in between those areas, especially if you're definitely interested in like chakra alignment and balance. Okay, I was picking up that those would definitely help you to ascend a whole lot, and tons of like white stones will help Cancer this month too. Other than that, that first one that I brought up. But nevertheless, I hope and pray that these messages resonates with you, that it brought you some insight. If it did, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energies. Comment down below and let me know how this resonated with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. May you be blessed and take care, Cancers. Bye.